Hello E39 source, this is Ryan back in Ohio with the 2000 M5 and the 2002 330xi. We're going to talk about airbags today. So the Takata Airbag recall. If you're a BMW owner, I'm sure you've heard about it. You've gotten something in the mail, read online, heard from a friend, whatever. Millions of cars have been affected, not only BMWs, but Hondas and several other brands as well, by the Takata Airbag recall. So I don't know a ton about it. I'm just going to share my experiences with what's gone on and what I'm going to do about it. Please don't ask me if your vehicle's affected. I won't know. I do recommend that you utilize the link that I put in the description. It's something like safecar.gov. Go there. There's a button that says check your vehicle status or something like that, and type in your VIN number. It's right here by the windshield. This car's so dirty I can barely read it. It's been sitting out here for about 3.5 weeks. I haven't touched it. We're about to see if it still works. But there's your VIN. It's also in the, when you open the driver's door, the B pillar will have that. Type that in accurately and you'll be able to determine if your car's been affected. Keep checking back though, because several months ago I tried this car and I tried that car and neither one of them came up with any open recalls. So, starting off, about 2 years ago, it was late 2014, just a few months after I bought this car, I got a letter in the mail from BMW saying that my 330 was affected by the recall for the passenger airbag module. Well, what they mean by module is the actual airbag, the part that detonates. So for the steering wheel, it's that round part right there. That's the airbag with the BMW logo on it. If they were to replace that, that would be fresh. The airbag is in there. For the passenger side, I think that what you see, like that outline right there, I'm pretty sure that's just a cover and there's the actual white cloth airbag is under that. Could be the top part too, I'm not sure on the passenger airbags. Anyways, I scheduled an appointment with my BMW center. I took the car in there. They had it a couple hours and they replaced the passenger airbag module. I couldn't tell any difference. I did get the invoice that had a part number. They replaced some fastening hardware and that was the end of it. So I just got back from California, 2.5 weeks out in San Diego, and I have another letter saying that on this car again, my driver's airbag is affected and there's a remedy available. So I called the BMW center. They said it may be that this car has a Takata airbag and it may be that it doesn't have a Takata airbag. They don't know. They think that some of the defective ones could have entered the parts supply chain, and that if the airbag were ever replaced due to an accident, you know, under warranty, customer states that the logo's peeling or something and they put a different one in there, it could be affected. So I do not have high expectations that when I go down there today they're going to put a new airbag in there for me, but if they did, that would be fantastic. This car is a production 10 of 01. It's a 2002 model year, but it was made in October 2001. You can tell that by looking right here in your door panel. I'm going to take the car down there today and see if they'll put a new one in there for me. If they won't, then it's bust, but if they do, that would be fantastic. Now to the M5. So this is a 2000, February of 2000 production M5. I have facelifted everything on this car. If you guys have seen the channel, you know I've done the tail lights, the headlights, all of the navigation and tech inside the car, fog lights, anything that's faceliftable on this car, I have done. So that means I have this steering wheel with the round airbag. The 2000s came with the other kind of more not round airbag. So I talked to the guy that I know pretty well at the BMW center and he said that I'm pretty much SOL. There's nothing they can do about this. I can't bring the airbag in and they can't look at the part number and just give me another one. This airbag I bought on eBay in 2014. I tried to go back and look at my purchase history to see if I could figure out exactly what car this airbag came from, seeing that it's used. I'm pretty sure it's a 2006 M3. I think that's what it was. Unfortunately, the eBay purchase history only goes back 3 years, and it was just over 3 years ago, so I cannot determine that. Check my email, it's not there. They won't do anything about this. So this very well could be a defective Takata airbag. If it is indeed from an E46 M3, that could be affected. So here's my plan. I'm gonna take the 3 down today. If they put a new one in there, I'm gonna switch the new one over here. Maybe that's frowned upon. But I would put the new one in there and then put that one in the E46. Something like less than 0.1% of them are affected. It's not something I'm really worried about for safety, but if they will give me a new one, the new airbag would match the new steering wheel in there quite swimmingly. So this video will serve as the little drive down there. We'll see what happens if they give a new one. We'll talk about that. But I do recommend that you go to the website I put in the description box below this video, test your vehicle identification number and see if you are eligible for either or both your passenger and driver's airbag. We're down at Dave Walder BMW in Akron, Ohio. They've got a Long Beach Blue M2 6-speed in there. It's probably my favorite. We've got an M4 and two M4 GTSs, both stickers well over $130,000, which is kind of ridiculous for an M4. I may walk over to their CPO lot, see if we can find anything cool. If not, we're just going to be doing a little bit of waiting here on the 330. Well, let's go ahead and call this a success. I am very happy about this. So you can see the part number there, that 32306877590 is what they replaced. Does look like they just went ahead and did it. Seeing that it was possible, I don't even think they tried to determine, they just assumed that it was and replaced the airbag. So it took about an hour, maybe even a little less. I just walked around the dealership most of the time to get this done. I got a car wash too, so a free car wash. Not a real good one, but it's going to rain for the next 8 weeks, so I'll take what I can get. And here is the beauty. Most of you probably don't care, but I have a almost brand new steering wheel. It's like 2 years old. It's probably got 5,000 miles on it in my M5, and then an older airbag that's all shiny. And there's a couple scratches in the logo. So this one I have not even peeled the thing off the logo yet. I will when I get it where it's going. But I'm going to show you now how to go ahead and remove or install one of these, just in case you're wondering or have some reason to do it. I know I'll have the question, so we'll just cover it in this video. Step one is going to involve opening the trunk and disconnecting your battery. Disconnect the negative terminal from the battery if you're working on the M5. It's down there, you guys know that. Here on the 330, boy, I have to even remember where it is. I'm pretty sure it's under here. I haven't looked at this battery in a long time. So there should be two little plastic clips that hold this on. Mine are absent. So we disconnect that. And the negative terminal is the one that's not red. It'll be a 10mm socket on top of that. Disconnect it and then put something in between so it's not possible that it can work its way over and make contact with the battery again. The way I put that piece of trim back there will absolutely prevent the negative terminal from reattaching to the battery. The next tool we're going to need is a medium-sized flat blade screwdriver. So if you've never done this before, it can be a little tricky, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability. So when you look down at the side of the steering wheel here, on the back at about 3 o'clock and another one over here at 9 o'clock, you'll see a little hole. It's a little slit there, and it's very rubbery in there. So what we're going to do is take a flat blade screwdriver and insert it this way as opposed to that way. Sorry for the focus here. And feel around in there until we find something that feels kind of springy. When you feel something springy, press it as far as it goes and then pry the airbag out with your fingertips. Do not put anything in here, no tools. It does not pry out like that. You'll damage the steering wheel trim. This trim's very expensive. I'm definitely going to need 2 hands, and I'll show you what the mechanism looks like once I get this one out. Once it pops out, you're left with this. So there's 2 connectors that plug into the airbag itself. We'll just disconnect those momentarily. Actually, I'll do that now. I'll get the airbag out of here and then I'll show you how the springs work. It is only possible to install these the correct way. The green and yellow goes on the green and yellow, the black goes on the black, and the way these things are designed, there's little things that stick down that only allow them to go on one way. So that's how one comes off. See these springs here? This is how the airbag actually stays intact. So when you insert the screwdriver in the hole, you can see it. Make sure we're in focus. You can see it coming into the picture right there if you look for the motion, and what you're looking to do is find the spring, which is sometimes easier said than done. It may help to move your washer stock all the way up since your battery's not connected, nothing will happen. But when you find the spring and then press the screwdriver, see that thing moving over to the left? Press it as far as it goes and that will release the airbag and allow you to pull it out. So push the spring as far as it goes, as hard as you can. That's as far as the spring goes. Pull it out on that side, and then you do the same thing on the other and kind of wiggle it out. And you may need to go back to the side where you started to finally let it fall out in your lap. And then installation would be connecting both of your wires, lining it up, and firmly pressing it straight in. And that is how you remove and reinstall a BMW E46 or E39 airbag. That would be the same really with any one of these wheels that has this airbag. Even the old square airbags, probably the same thing. It's just a matter of finding the spring, pressing it, and getting it to release. When I did plug the battery back in and started up the car, I noticed that my DSC, brake, and ABS lights were all illuminated in orange. Don't freak out. Put your car in drive, go drive it. I didn't even get out of my driveway before they went off. Something about unplugging the battery, the ABS or DSC module, kind of freaks out and thinks there's a problem. Once you drive the car, it'll go away. Oh yeah. That's gonna go ahead and take care of this video. That's been my experience with the Takata recall on my two BMWs. Yours could be very different. I do encourage you to check out that link that I've now talked about 3 times. Plug your VIN number in, see if your vehicle has any open recalls. Definitely not something you want to overlook, being your safety and that of your occupants. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk in a future E39 source video. Bye guys.